Good morning, students. This is Social Studies Lesson 10, The Life of the People. Children, today in this video you will study about the life of the people of India. Children, what is the name of our country? The name of our country is India. As you know, children, India is the 7th largest country in the world. Children, India is a land with many traditions and cultures. Why, children, India is a land with many traditions and cultures? Because in India, different people of different religions live together. In India, different people of different religions live together and they all have their own traditions and customs. So children, when they pass their customs and traditions to the younger generations, they keep on passing and passing, it passes on, and the thing that passes on is our heritage. The thing that passes on is our heritage. So you can also say, children, that heritage refers to the good things that pass on to us by our ancestors. And what are the things that passes? The values, the stories, epic, language, dances, and the festivals, traditions. Okay, so these things, when they passes on, children, they are called heritage. They are called heritage. Now children, heritage is of two types. Heritage is of two types. First one is material heritage and the second one is non-material heritage. First one is material heritage, second one is non-material heritage. What is material heritage? Material heritage are the buildings, paintings and the monuments that you can touch. In example, you can take, children, like Taj Mahal, our Indian heritage, that is our Indian heritage. So these are the buildings, monuments, they are the heritage, they are material heritage. And children, non-material heritage are the values, the stories, languages, dances, all these things are passed on, they are the non-material heritage. Now children, non-material heritage are used in our day-to-day lives also. Children, just keep in your mind that heritage is of two types. First one is material heritage and second one is non-material heritage. Now children, we will study about them one by one. Number one, we will study about languages. What is language, children? Language helps us to express our thoughts and feelings. Children, if there will be no language, how we will say what we want to ask? We cannot say. But because there is language, so with the help of language we express our thoughts and feelings. This is very important, children. There are total 22 languages recognized by the Constitution of our country, India. Total 22 languages are recognized by the Constitution of India. I'll read it for you one by one. That is Assamese, Bangla, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Odia, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu and Urdu. These are the 22 languages recognized by the Constitution of our country. Now children, out of these 22, Hindi is the official language. Now children, just keep one thing in your mind, that Kashmiri, Sindhi and Urdu, these languages are written from right to left, and rest all the languages are written from left to right. These things you have to keep in your mind. Now children, the set of letters are known as script. Now children, let us study about the dresses worn by the people of our country. Sari and shirt and trouser are the most common dresses worn by the people of our country. Sari is worn by women and shirt and trouser is worn by men. Sari in different states are worn in different ways, like in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, in West Bengal, in Uttar Pradesh. In different states, women wear sari in different ways, and shirt and trouser is the most common dress worn by men in India. Children, ghagra and choli, this dress is worn by women in Rajasthan and Gujarat, whereas mekhla chadar is worn by the women in Assam. Okay children, now in cities women wear some more dresses, that is salwar suit, jeans top, dress, sari. Okay children, and men, according to their places, according to different state, men wear different dresses. Like when you will go in south, children, there men used to wear dhoti, not dhoti, lungi and shirt. Here dhoti, kurta, dhoti, shirt, kurta, pajama, shirt and trousers. So at different places men also wear different dresses. Children, when you will go in Kashmir, there people wear a long woolen kurta that is called firan, and the women there, they tie bright odhani on their head, and men also they tie turban, but they tie turban in different ways. And when you will go Nagaland, people wear shawl there. So children, in India, in different states, people wear different dresses, whereas sari and shirt and trouser is a common dress in India. Now children, let us study about dances of India. What is dance, children? Dance is a way through which we express our feelings. There are two types of dances in India. First one is folk dance and second one is classical dance. What is folk dance, children? What is folk dance? Folk dance is a way through which people tell about their traditions and customs. Children, doing folk dance is very easy and it does not need any practice. Through folk dance, people express their joy and their happiness. And children, when they perform folk dance, they just wear a special kind of costume and the jewelries. And which time folk dances are performed? During the birth of the child, changing of the season, crop harvesting, festivals and weddings. During these time, folk dances are performed. Now children, it is very easy to perform folk dance. People does not require too much practice to do folk dance. And some of the folk dances are, I'll read it for you. Bhangra and Giddha of Punjab, Bihu of Assam, Nati of Himachal Pradesh, Dandiya and Garba Ras of Gujarat, Ghumar of Rajasthan and Lavani of Maharashtra. These are some of the folk dances of India. Now come on to classical dance. Children, classical dance needs too much practice. Classical dance needs lot of practice. It is not easy to do classical dance. Children, classical dance began during the worship of gods in ancient time, and later it was performed in the kingdom of kings. Okay, and some of the classical dance are given in the book. I'll read it for you. That is Kathakali and Mohiniyattam of Kerala, Kathak of Uttar Pradesh, Odissi of Odisha, Bharatnatyam of Tamil Nadu, Kuchipudi of Andhra Pradesh and Yakshagana of Karnataka. These are some of the classical dances of India. Children, just like there are two types of dances in India, folk dance and classical dance, in same way there are two types of music also in India. First one is Hindustani music, that is North Indian, and the second one is Carnatic music, that is South Indian. And children, there are few Indian musical instruments also, that is veena, sitar, flute, tabla, shehnai. These are the Indian musical instruments. Children, you must have heard the name of Tansen. He was a great singer and he used to sing in the court of Emperor Akbar. He was a great singer. And there are few more singers, few more musicians in our India, very famous musicians. Their names are Ustad Amjad Ali Khan, Ustad Zakir Hussain, Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia and Pandit Jasraj. They are few great musicians of our country. Now children, we will study about epics. What is epic, children? Epic is a long poem that narrates or that tells us about gods or heroes. Now there are two ancient epics of India. First one is the Ramayana and the second one is the Mahabharata. Children, the Ramayana was written by Valmiki and the Mahabharata was written by Ved Vyas. Ramayana, there are 24,000 verses in Ramayana and these 24,000 verses are written in 7 books. They are written in 7 books. What is verses? Verses is a stanza, rhyming stanza, and verse is a poetic line. Children, verses is a stanza. Okay. Now, as I have told you, Ramayana is written in 24,000 verses in 7 books. Children, Ramayana is a story of Lord Rama and demon Ravana, how they fought and how Lord Rama won against the evil. And same way, children, the Mahabharata is also a fight between brothers. Kaurava, 100 brothers, and Pandavas, 5 brothers. They fought, and who won, children? The Pandavas won, and they fought the battle with the help of Lord Krishna. Okay, we will study about this further. The Ramayana is a story of Lord Rama, King Dashrath's son. The Ramayana shows how Kaikeyi, the wife of Dashrath, compelled King Dashrath to send Rama to exile for 14 years. Rama could not disobey his father and left the palace with his wife Sita and brother Lakshman. Later, in the exile, Ravana, the very powerful demon king of Lanka, kidnapped Sita and took her to Lanka. Ravana's wrongdoing promoted Rama to attack Lanka. In the exile itself, Rama met Sugriv and Hanuman, two Vanars. These two Vanars helped him to raise Vanar Sena. This Vanar Sena made a rock bridge over the ocean. The Vanar Sena crossed the bridge and attacked Lanka. In Lanka, the battle took place. Vibhishan, Ravana's brother, helped Ram. During the battle, Hanuman lifted a mountain and flew with it so as to save Lakshman. In the end, Rama won the war by cutting all the 10 heads of Ravana. He rescued Sita and returned to Ayodhya. The Mahabharata describes the fight between Kauravas and Pandavas. It reveals the cruelty of the Kauravas towards the Pandavas. Then, a terrible 18 days battle takes place between the army of the 100 Kauravas and the army of the 5 Pandavas at Kurukshetra. The Kauravas' army includes Duryodhan, Guru Dronacharya, Karna and Bhishma Pitama, also fights from their side. On the other hand, the army of the 5 Pandavas is headed by Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahadev. The Pandavas are helped by Lord Krishna. Eventually, the Pandavas defeat the mighty Kauravas and killed almost everybody from the Kauravas' army. Now children, let us see what are folk tales. Folk tales are stories that has been told again and again and it is passed to the generations. And there are two popular folk tales, that is Panchatantra and Jatak tales. Panchatantra is a good collection of animal stories and it is written by Vishnu Sharma. Now let's read a Panchatantra story, The Jackal and the Drum. One day Gomaya, a jackal, was very hungry. He wandered here and there in search of food but got nothing. While wandering, he came out of his own jungle and reached a deserted battlefield. In the battlefield, a battle had been fought in the recent past. There, the jackal saw a drum lying near a tree. The jackal roamed around the place. Suddenly, a strong wind blew. The branches of the tree hit the drum, which produced a strange sound. The jackal became frightened as he thought that somebody must have been beating the drum. He thought of running away, but then he decided not to run away and even wanted to go near the drum. He acted courageously and reached near the drum. Soon he understood that the branches were producing the sound. To his pleasant surprise, he also found food and water near the drum. So the moral of the story is, the brave and courageous are rewarded. And in Jatak tale, it is related to Buddhist literature. It narrates the story of Gautam Buddha, his previous birth in human form and in animal form. Jatak tale, there are around 550 stories in Jatak tale that are related to the previous birth of Gautam Buddha. Now children, let's revise the important points of this lesson. Heritage refers to the good things that are passed on to us by our ancestors. Material heritage includes buildings, paintings, etc. Non-material heritage includes languages, epics, etc. 22 languages are recognized by the Constitution of India. Dresses differ according to states, culture and tradition. However, sari is the most popular dress among women. Folk dances and classical dances are performed in India. Hindustani and Carnatic music are popular classical music forms. The Ramayana and the Mahabharata are the popular epics. Panchatantra tales are animals fables written by Vishnu Sharma. Jatak tales narrate the stories about the previous birth of Gautam Buddha. Children, watch the video and read the lesson carefully. Thank you very much.